Kevin Costner only recently finalized his divorce, but he's already dating someone new. Kevin is now in a relationship with Jewel. Now, how did these two get together? And what does Kevin's ex think about the new couple? Kevin finalized his divorce from Christine Baumgartner in September of 2023 after 18 years of marriage. But Kevin didn't waste any time before moving on to someone new. Just like he didn't waste time after his first marriage to Cindy Silva ended in 1994. Kevin has been seeing someone new. And when you're as famous as Kevin Costner, you don't date just anybody. He's been romantically linked to country music legend Jewel. The rumors about the two of them started flying after they were seen getting awfully close during a tennis fundraiser that was happening during Thanksgiving weekend in the Caribbean. There's a little age difference between the two of them, with Kevin being 68 and Jewel being almost 20 years younger at 49. The event where they were photographed getting cozy was a benefit for Jewel's charity organization, the Inspiring Children Foundation. It all went down on Richard Branson's private Necker Island out in the British Virgin Islands. According to a source close to Kevin and Jewel, the relationship is very fresh, but it's far from brand new, and it's not just a mild fling. Apparently there's major attraction on both sides. This same inside source said that Jewel doesn't just date anybody. She's extremely independent since she's had her own money for many years of her career and isn't looking to get tied down in a hurry unless she's actually interested. Jewel really gravitates to Kevin, and Kevin is someone who likes to be in a relationship. So it seems like a perfect match. Kevin appears to be having fun after his divorce, something he probably desperately needs after how chaotic and dramatic it was. Kevin was in a very messy legal battle with his ex-wife Christine that didn't seem like it would ever end. They were thankfully able to reach a settlement before going back to court to determine who would have to pay Christine's legal fees. The legal fees alone amounted to a whopping almost $1 million. This is not your typical separation. So it makes sense that after all that stress, Kevin is happy to be spending time with someone who is not after his money, like Jewel, because she has plenty of her own. Kevin and Jewel's romance might be new, but the two of them have been in each other's lives for years. And although the public is just finding out that they're an item, they've been quietly dating for a while at this point. Apparently, Kevin and Jewel both have extremely high opinions of each other and have always gotten along well as friends. That's so important if you're going to try to make a romantic relationship work. It seems like they both just check a lot of each other's boxes, and their romance blossomed out of a mutual interest. They both bonded over a shared love of music, both in terms of being fans as well as performers. A lot of people might not know this since Kevin's had such a prolific acting career, but he also has a band. Kevin is in a band called Modern West, and he loves singing. Jewel, of course, is a major fixture in the country world, so the two of them just make sense together. Still, just because something feels right doesn't mean you have to rush it, especially considering that this could ruin what's working just fine. The couple are taking things slow, and there are no real expectations or demands on either side about where things are headed. Kevin just wants to go with the flow, and Jewel is on the same page. Kevin understands that he likely found a real keeper now that he's found Jewel. It might be the start of something very special that could last a long time. And when you know it might be a forever situation, there's no problem taking your time to get there, especially after such a heavy divorce. And Jewel is no stranger to divorce. Before getting romantically involved with Kevin, Jewel was in a high-profile marriage of her own. She was married to rodeo cowboy Ty Murray from 2018 to 2014. The former couple have a 12-year-old son together. Despite the fact that everyone in the world seems to know about their romance, Kevin and Jewel have remained very quiet about the rumors surrounding their relationship. Kevin seems to be instead focusing his social media posts on himself. He recently posted a picture from the Georgian Hotel in Santa Monica, enjoying what seemed like a fun staycation. Kevin has had his hands full recently, between his divorce and his upcoming film series Horizon, an American Saga. He's directing, producing, starring in, and co-writing the first chapter of this 4-part epic premiering in June 2024. It's a passion project he's been trying to make for over 30 years. And as if this wasn't enough pressure on him, the series also played a big part in his recent departure from Yellowstone. Jewel, on the other hand, has kept a very low profile since she had a meteoric rise, seemingly overnight, to fame in the mid-90s. Still, when Jewel posted about her fundraiser over Thanksgiving on Instagram, she mentioned Kevin by name. She talked about all the great work her foundation does for kids, mentioning some of the athletes who were kind enough to get involved, and Richard Branson, who graciously hosted on his island. Then she added that Kevin was kind enough to mentor some of the kids this year. That kind of mention in a caption is about as close as they've gotten to going Instagram official as a couple. But Jewel isn't the only celebrity Kevin has been linked to since his split from his now ex-wife. In early November, there were rumors about Kevin and another famous woman in entertainment, Academy Award winner Reese Witherspoon. A rep for Reese at the time fully denied the claims, saying the story was totally false and not true at all. While Jewel and Kevin have been largely silent on the topic of their relationship, Kevin's ex Christine hasn't been so shy. She's apparently experienced some mixed emotions about the alleged romance between the two superstars. Christine has said that the situation has her feeling bittersweet. It's not easy seeing your ex move on, and it's even harder when they move on with someone who's so widely loved and successful. Still, Christine admits that it kind of makes sense that Kevin and Jewel would find each other. Christine says that she's not surprised that Kevin decided to move on so quickly. After all, once you're divorced, you don't owe your ex any amount of time, even if there are kids involved. Although Christine wishes Kevin didn't make it so public by draping his arms all over Jewel at the fundraiser. While she never could have imagined Kevin and Jewel as a couple during their marriage, Christine recognizes the two of them make sense. They're both into music and the whole cowboy thing. The fact that Jewel is a down-to-earth person with her own life going on makes sense to Christine as something that would appeal to Kevin. Christine was concerned that Kevin would wind up with someone who would just be using him for his wealth. But she's relieved that that's not the kind of person Jewel is. And she's glad that if her ex had to move on with anyone, At least it's not just someone trying to use Kevin for his fame and play mom for the cameras to the 3 kids he has with Christine. Christine recognized that Jewel seems to be a decent person with a son of her own who isn't a gold digger, and that's good enough to get her seal of approval. But what do you guys think? Will Jewel and Kevin stay together for the rest of their lives, or is Jewel just a rebound? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below.